And your little soul, too!
How you doing? It's been a while. It's been quite a few months, but we're back. Saturday Night Horror is back for good, and we can consider this, I guess, the rebirth of Saturday Night Horror. And seeing as the rebirth, tonight's movie is all about finality. Or at least it was supposed to be. We know these things don't work out. Tonight we're going to be watching a movie that, I'll be honest with you, I never really paid attention to whenever it will be on TV. Never went out of my way to watch it on video. So I guess you could say it'll be like a brand new experience for me. But tonight we're going to be watching Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. That's right. Freddy Krueger's finally going to die. That's going to be it. No more Nightmare on Elm Street. Right. Now I'll be honest with y'all. I've never been a fan of Freddy Krueger. I always thought he was some lame cornball with a bunch of corny one-liners. I couldn't really take him seriously as a horror villain. He's more like a comedy act to me, so I was never really a fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Never went out of my way to watch them. When I would catch them on TV or something, I really wouldn't pay attention to them. But the last few weeks I've gone back and I've been watching every movie in the franchise, and I have to say I have a new appreciation for Freddy Krueger. He still has the real cheesy one-liners, but I really never paid attention to realize how brutal Freddy actually is. So yeah, I have a new appreciation for him. I know he's kind of a comedy act, but like I said, I never really realized just how brutal Freddy can be. So I definitely have a new appreciation for him. He's not as bad as I thought he was all these years. So yeah. I watched the first 5, excuse me, and tonight we're going to be watching Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Man, this was originally supposed to be the end of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. As we all know, that didn't happen. They had Wes Craven's New Nightmare came out after this. Of course, you have Freddy vs. Jason, and then you had the remake, which we'll be watching a little bit later. Yeah, man. Critics, as they always do, crapped on this movie. They always crap on horror movies. A lot of people really, really hate this movie. They think it's the worst in the franchise. We're about to find out, or I am anyway. Yeah. I was just reading all the reviews for this movie, and it's horrible. Which is weird, because it made almost $13 million in the opening weekend, but man, people can't stand this movie for some reason, so I don't know, man. We're about to find out. So usually with Saturday Night Horror, I'll cook a meal. I'm not going to cook tonight. I'm just not hungry, don't feel like cooking. So we're just going to go straight to the front room, turn all the lights off, we're going to watch Freddy's Dead. I'll see if it's as bad as everyone says it is. So alright guys, let's go out in the front room, let's watch Freddy's Dead. Alright, here we are everyone. Got the lights out, going to watch Freddy's Dead. Might take a look at the New Nightmare afterwards, who knows. Yeah, don't know what to expect with this one. Looking forward to it. Alright. Here we go. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. All the lights in the house are off. Let's get it started. Alright, so Freddy is dead. Oh boy. First, let me start by saying it's not as bad as people have made it out to be. It's definitely not the best in the franchise. Definitely not my favorite in the franchise, but it's not as bad, as horrible as everyone has made it out to be. It kind of has its, what the heck moments, like storyline wise. First of all, you find out Freddy Krueger has a kid. Nothing was ever said in the previous 5 movies about Freddy having a child. Now all of a sudden he has a child. And part of the movie is trying to figure out who that child is, and then you find out who it is. I don't want to spoil it. Well, I might spoil it for you. Hell with it. Yeah, he has a kid, and he's trying to get his kid, and it's just so weird, man. And then the way Freddy dies is just ridiculous. We'll get into that. Let's start from the beginning. The movie starts out with takes place 10 years in the future, which is weird because the movie came out in 91. The movie takes place in 99, but it says it's 10 years in the future. Whatever. Anyway, by this time, Freddy has killed every single teenager and child in Springwood? I want to say Springwood, I can't even remember. Except for one. Now, this one kid that's left, Freddy is, chasing him through his dreams, messing with him, and he lets him live. And he says something like, go fetch. So I guess he's trying to use the kid to go bring him more victims. I don't know. But yeah, every teenager, every child in Springwood has been killed by Freddy Krueger in this time, except for this one kid. And yeah, it's just weird, man. The whole movie's freaking weird. Anyway, the kid, when he flies out of his dream, he hits his head on the ground. He has amnesia, can't remember who he is. So he gets taken into a shelter for homeless kids, along with all these, not homeless kids, troubled kids, we'll say. And he makes with a bunch of them, you know how it goes. Anyway, during the course of their journeys, they find out that Freddy Krueger had a child. Now, for some reason, his, I guess, counselor, you would say, Maggie Burroughs, she decides to take him back to Springwood, kind of jog his memory. Maybe he'll realize who he is. And once they find out that Freddy has a child, this kid thinks that he's Freddy's son because Freddy let him live. So he's like, he wouldn't kill his own child. Like I said, it's weird, man. In the end, you find out the counselor, Maggie Burroughs, is actually Freddy's daughter. Her real name is Catherine Krueger, and she was sent to a foster family after Fred Krueger was arrested, then murdered. Changed her name legally. For some reason, she doesn't remember being Freddy's daughter, even though she watched him kill his mom, or kill her mom, so... Like I said, just weird, man. Anyway, I know, it's making my head hurt just going through all this stuff. So anyway, Freddy's daughter, Maggie, Catherine, whoever, at the very end of the movie has a showdown with Freddy. They drag him out of the dream world into the real world because they said the only way you can kill Freddy is to bring him into the real world, which, if I'm not mistaken, was already done a couple times. I think in the first one too. But whatever. So yeah, they bring him into the real world, and she ends up putting his glove on, puts his glove on, guts him with it, and then sticks a pipe bomb in his chest and he blows up. That's how they kill Freddy in this one. Here's what I have a problem with. You brought him into the real world, you blew him up, killed him. How is that supposed to be any different than how he was brought into the real world and killed in the other movies? I know in the first one, like I said, they brought him into the real world, killed him. I can't remember if they've done it with the other ones. Part 5, they didn't. I don't know about 2, 3, or 4, but I know at least in the first one, they brought him into the real world and killed him. He still came back. So what makes this any difference? Because his daughter killed him? They didn't say anything about it being, only a Krueger can kill a Krueger. So I don't know, man. I don't know what was supposed to make this final death any different than any other time he was killed, but it is what it is, man. And then after she kills him, she just has this grin on her face. It was Freddy's dead. Like, that's it. That's it. That's how it ends. Freddy's dead, and then cut the credits. It doesn't feel like a finale. It doesn't feel like, okay, this is truly the end. It's like, oh man, Freddy got screwed up. He'll be back. There's nothing about that makes me think this is it. He's really gone. He's really dead. They did it. They finally did it. Like, no, I'm just like, okay, he'll be back for part 7. And in a way he was, but not what we're thinking. So yeah, it was definitely weird, man. Not a good movie, but not as bad as people made it out to be. I don't know. I think I would have liked the original idea for it. They said the original idea was supposed to be the main character in part 5, a girl named Alice, who was pregnant at the end of that movie. Said her son was supposed to be the main hero of Freddy's Dead. He was supposed to fight Freddy with help from characters from the previous movies after Freddy kills his mom. I think I would have liked that better than this whole Freddy has a kid. Because that just made no sense. Like, out of nowhere, Freddy has a kid. And then the thing that she couldn't remember she was Freddy's daughter, even though she witnessed Freddy choking her mom to death, killing her. It's just weird, man. But yeah, nothing about this screams, this is it for Freddy, he'll never be back. Nothing about that tells me he won't be back, so... Very weird movie. Not as weird as The New Nightmare. Good God, I actually watched that after this one was over. That one was just weird. But yeah, Freddy's Dead. If you've seen the rest of them, you might as well watch this one just to finish it off. I probably won't watch it again. Like I said, not a bad movie, just it wasn't good, but it wasn't as bad as people said it was. I'll put it that way. So probably one I won't be watching again, but at least I know what happens to the end of the franchise. So yeah. Alright, everyone. That's gonna do it. It's been a while since I've done this, so I've been rambling on and on and on. I'll get back in the groove in a couple weeks. So yeah, Saturday Night Horror. This week was Freddy's Dead. Next week we'll be watching something called The Monster Project. Something I haven't watched before, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's one of those found footage movies, so I'm kind of leery. But you know, all the previews look good, so I'm looking forward to it, man. And Saturday Night Horror is back for good now. It's been quite a while. I made a video telling why I stopped doing it for a couple months, but screw that. We're back. We're back for good. And we're going to take a look at the schedule. We have the next 4 movies lined up. I'm going to show that at the end of this video. Yeah, that's it, guys. Freddy's Dead, but not really. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Enjoyed doing this again. I miss doing this. Like I said, I'll get back in the groove eventually, and I'll quit rambling on and on. It's been a while. So yeah, thanks for checking out, guys. Hope you check out next week, The Monster Project. I may cook, I may not. Who knows? Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
Freddy's dead.
Freddy's dead. Everybody's faking it, corruption rules the day. Hot yellow wind should come and blow them all away. Los Angeles, I hate them all, they run the show. There's somewhere else where I can go. To the daylight, where the night's right. Raining, feeling alright. Why was I born? Why was I born? Why was I born? I don't care what you have, I don't care who you are. You sit up there, you think you're bigger than the star. Who gave you everything, the reason just to live? There's nothing you've got to give. Nothing. 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 You think Freddy's dead? Do you really think that Freddy's